John Bull, Gold Mountain, camping, all the good stuff. I am really stoked to bring this video to you guys. This is the kind of stuff I would love to be doing more of, but it is a huge investment in time and energies, but it is so much fun. I got a ton of footage from this trip. This is probably going to be a 3-part series. This is going to be the first video. This is going to be first half of the trail, getting there, getting set up, dealing with some mechanicals, all that kind of stuff. But man, I had a blast. I really want to be able to rely on the truck, and as a result, I gotta put it through its paces. I gotta beat on it. I gotta see where the weak links are, and so far they have yet to raise their heads. I have been so stoked on how the truck's doing. I know you guys are gonna be digging this video. Let me know what you think down below. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up in my email, Facebook, Instagram. I've got it all. I've also got the Amazon store I'd love you guys to check out. That kicks in a little bit of cash for me that helps fund the channel with equipment and gas money and all that kind of stuff. It's all linked in the description down below. I hope you guys dig this video. I worked hard on it. Merricks Garage. Here we are up in Big Bear, getting ready to hit the John Bull Trail. I've been wanting to do this trail for a long time, and finally, about 2 weeks ago, just pulled the plug and said, dude, let's do it. I called up a couple of friends, and we arranged to meet up here and just to see what happens. So I haven't done a whole lot of research. I'm actually looking forward to an adventure. I want to see what happens. I want to persevere through some challenges. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it memorable. That's what makes it a story and not just any other weekend trip. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go find the John Bull. Well, we're gonna go find a campsite tonight and get some sleep and then hop up and hit the John Bull Trail in the morning. It's gonna be a good time. Come along. 210 in the pan. So that's 210 in the pan and in 200 in the body itself, so that's not bad. Engine temp's got to cool down. But this thing just monstered that hill. No sweat. Well, the adventure's already started and we haven't even hit the trail yet. This network up here of Forest Service roads is pretty awesome, but it is freaking confusing as heck when you don't have a map. And so I just spent the last hour, 2 hours, shaking every bolt off my truck. So I'm gonna check all the bolts tomorrow and then make sure we're all good, and then we're gonna go hit the trail. But good crew. It's awesome to roll up to a campfire like this too, so thanks guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Twice baked campfire cookies. Hey, we rolled in late last night. I drove around for a good hour on these Forest Service roads, but we found the spot. Clay's been here before and came up and found the spot for us and then came down and sent me the location. But man, just look at this. So today we're gonna break camp here in a minute, have some breakfast, take our time, then we're gonna go hit the John Bull. It's gonna be a good time. Okay, the truck rallied last night on these dirt roads. I just got to the point where I'm like, I just want to get to camp. So I was hitting it pretty hard, but let's just take a look. This is the great thing about this yellow paint. Look, I can just glance. Everything's tight. Everything's looking good.
We are
at the gas station, filling up, getting ready to go hit John Bull. Great night camping. I should have gassed up before we got up there. We had to pull down like 30 minutes down off the trail to come get gas, but whatever. We're heading back up now. It's going to be a great day. The John Bull Trail could be run from east to west or west to east. I think it could even be run as a loop. We are going to run it from east to west and go up all the rock gardens. And yeah, there's a lot of discussion about what the John Bull Trail is, and I'm not going to wade into that other than saying, from my understanding, there's about, I think it's a 12 or 14 mile trail with about 3 to 4 miles that a lot of people consider the John Bull Trail because that's where it gets gnarly, I guess. But we're going to see. Let's go get it. Woo!
Okay, so here we are. We are going to start off by running up Gold Mountain Trail. And that is right here on the map. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're going to follow Gold Mountain Trail up until we hit the 3N02, which is the John Bull. We're going to go take that. So, yeah, Gold Mountain right here. That doesn't look so hard. Hey, so my buddy Carl turned us onto this deflator, and I gotta say, this is the way to go. I have some of those Tuffy deflators that you put on. As much as they say you can set them, no you can't. It just doesn't work. This guy actually pulls the valve core out, so it lowers air pressure a ton faster. And it's got a gauge built in, so come check this out. The beauty in this is you're going to thread this guy onto your valve stem, locked on. Now I place this guy in. This little dude is pulling the core out. That is cool. So tire pressure. Let's talk tire pressure here for a quick second. Off-road tires are designed to fold and mold around obstacles. So if you're running street pressure, you are not taking advantage of your tire. So you can see all these side lugs. They're actually intended to fold in and wrap around and actually fold upon one another. So you have to have low pressure to do that. Now, there's a big debate about how low you go. I go as low as I can. I'm not that worried about burping this tire, but if I do, we can get it back on, fingers crossed. Beadlocks are a necessity when you start running anything below, I would guess, probably 10 to 8 PSI. The benefit of a beadlock is it's gonna actually bite your tire or lock your tire to your rim. Because what can happen, especially with low tire pressure and high torque running through the mechanical advantage in the transfer case and the axles, you can actually turn the wheel inside of the rim and you'll pop a bead very easily there, or you'll find that you're not going anywhere. So that's where beadlocks come into play. I'm looking at getting a set of beadlocks, but they're not absolutely necessary for me right now. So all 4 tires down to around 10 PSI. It's gonna be a much more comfortable ride, and we're gonna go hit Gold Mountain right now.
Gold Mountain?
Gold Mountain Mine. Vander, you fired up? super stoked that we decided to take Gold Mountain up. This has had a bunch of really cool little rock ledges to climb around. And I think we've just, looks like we've gained the, well, no, we still got this little false summit, but man, this is a fun little trail. Brand new 2018 Jeep Rubicon behind us that we got up one of the gnarlier sections, and he was super stoked. Totally stock, no problems. I don't even think the guy was aired down. All the big factory bumpers still. It's pretty crazy. Those are very capable trucks. I know there's the whole animosity between Jeeps and trucks, but whatever. 4x4s are 4x4s. Hey, so we just finished Gold Mountain Trail, and we are heading up a Forest Service road to John Bull. Gold Mountain was a great little trail. Rated as difficult, so I think it was a good warm-up for John Bull. It's about 4.5 miles long. Had about, I don't know, 3 or 4 sections that you need a little bit of a spot. Well, one section in particular where we could take a harder line. But this has been a blast. There's just so many trails up here to explore. It's awesome. Really fired up to be up here doing this. Glad you guys can come along. As you guys are gonna be able to see here, we need to do something about that. I'm curious as to why the transmission cooler isn't jumping on. Yeah, we'll have lunch Yeah, I'm going to hardwire the fan because it's just, yeah, it's doing its own thing. So for some reason, the Duraley transmission cooler that I have has a 180-degree thermostat built into the supply side. And when that thermostat triggers, it's supposed to kick the fans on. It's not. For some reason, it's intermittent, it's just not right. We're just gonna bypass it and throw it in and leave it on constantly because my transmission keeps on getting hot. The engine is getting to around 200, 210, 215 maybe. Oil is climbing to about 180, so everything's good there. Just the transmission is getting really hot, but I've been dealing with overheating transmissions since I built this thing. So I gotta get this thing knocked out and figure out exactly how I need to keep my transmission super cool, because for those of you who don't know, the #1 killer of transmissions is gonna be heat. So we're breaking here for lunch, about halfway through the trail. We got some of the gnarly stuff coming up after lunch. We're gonna let everything cool down. I'm going to throw in some more transmission fluid, check coolant levels, let everything get back down to normal operating temperature, and then go hit it. And we're up in Big Bear, and there's just miles and miles and miles of trails. Can't beat it, man. Can't beat it.